during my meditation. There's a I felt that there's a itchiness at
on
the ears, at the nose.
Nose there,
So Brother Teo asked me what I do when this tactile sensation comes. So
that one is later. I think you asked me something else. You say you have been having this problem for quite a while, but you did not ask. Then you ask me. Your question is like, you want me to tell you what to do. So I ask you back, what did you do? From there we start. Well, the tactile one was my answer to you. I asked you to do certain thing, then only observe that. You explain to them what you do. Can you remember what you told me?
Yes, I remember. So I explained that I stay with the sensation.
You say you follow my advice, let things be. But I say, how do you let things be? Because the meaning is very deep. So you say you stay with that so-called sensation or itchiness. But you already call it itchiness, you remember? You already label. So what is that? That is a sensation that you don't like, understand? So that's why I explained to him, the instruction may be very simple. I always tell you all, let things be, right? Means what? Not to suppress, not do anything. No. So his first answer was, he said, I follow Brother Teo's advice. I let things be. Means he itchy also, they not scratch. He let things be. The nose itchy, the ear itchy, they not scratch. Then I don't know whether he got mentioned. Note, I note the sensation. Luckily you did mention. Other people say, I note the sensation. But then I asked, what is my instruction to you on meditation? So you cannot remember. I say, what is the first to support? I say, relax into it. Whatever arises, don't worry. Relax into it. Accept the reality of the moment. Means no need to do anything. Relax into it, then maintain awareness. Did you do that? Because he realized his thought was active. Understand? The thought already created the word itchiness. The sensation that he don't like, it has become a hindrance. That's why you cannot silence your mind. You cannot meditate. What you're supposed to do is not to label it. Like the Buddha say, whatever that arises, there are causes and conditions. You haven't found out. Like my daughter, she inquired, she found out. It was our conditioning. Where we don't like this type of sensation. That's why we label it with negativity, itchy. So the easiest way is what? Scratch. Then it make you feel better. But sometimes you scratch too hard, you hurt the ear. Then the nose, like, it's so itchy, it want to make you sneeze or trigger off something. But to meditate is different. To meditate means you aware. That's why relax. Don't panic. Don't allow the thought to create all the verbalization and everything, the conditioning all come in. That is not meditation. That is the mundane mind creating, causing all the things. So what you're supposed to do is relax, aware. The first two support, look here. The four important support for awareness-based meditation. First is relax. Relax means relax into every mind state that arises. Which means itchiness also relax. Pain also relax. Restlessness also relax. All this is for you to develop the ability to accept the reality so that you can relax into it. Otherwise your sankhara will move. Understand? You want to do something because you already create the aversion, which is a mental hindrance. Where's the cut? Without you realizing it. That's why without sati, you can't. You are not sensitive. That is the reason why without sati you are not sensitive. So itchiness is a sensation that you don't like. So this is a mental hindrance. It has hindered your mind from entering the meditative state. That's why you cannot meditate. Then your sankhara is active some more. Your conditioning keep on causing you to think of ways to overcome it. Then you forgot the instruction. Like today, it will be very good. He told me he has compiled a list of my saying that can help people develop the understanding of meditation. It helps to support your cultivation. So she has prepared. I was told it was about 9 pages. She was sent to me. I will go through. Then we edit, and later on we go through. It will help you a lot. But these are the things she found useful, very useful. These are the experience that the cultivator developed, and they can share with you, so that without you having the sensitivity of mindfulness, it can prompt you and tell you something is not right. Like last time I used to tell you all, whenever you are unhappy and not peaceful, what is happening to you? Means the evil roots are there. That's why you are not peaceful, you are not happy. When you are not happy means you got problem in it. Something is disturbing you and worrying you in it. But because you are not sensitive, your mindfulness is not stable. You are not sensitive. There's a this aversion or dislike or so-called problem. You cannot sense it, and you are caught in it, creating more sankhara through your habitual tendency, your wrong view, and all those things. Then you project your thought. You create fear, worry, anxiety. That's why you cannot meditate. So whenever you are aware that you are not peaceful, then you know the evil roots are there. And you are unhappy means you got problem. So evil root means self-delusion, greed, hatred, emotion inside there disturbing you already. Means you lack right view. You have been caught in sankhara activity that condition your suffering, your misery. So this is one of the best way to establish yourself in the meditative state. If you are in the meditative state, you are very peaceful. You are just aware, relaxed, peaceful. You got no negativity of mind state. That's why the best check is whenever you are not peaceful and unhappy, the evil roots are there. Then you investigate into it. Don't just believe me. Do you understand? That's how you progress. Otherwise, you cannot progress. Then you become sensitive. Every time you're not happy, you recall. It prompts you. Oh, Brother Teo said the evil root. Then you trace the origination factor. Why are you in this state of mind? What is bothering you? Then you realize the Four Noble Truth is very clear. This is suffering. And the cause of it is self-delusion, that condition, attachment, clinging, grasping. I give meaning, I hold, I worry about it. I didn't develop the clarity of mind to overcome it, to understand it, to move. That's why I am caught in that state of negativity of mind state. The lack of peace, the unhappy feeling or sensation. So coming back to Adam's meditation situation is the same. Relax into every mind state. Means no matter what happens, just relax into it first. Then second support is maintain awareness. Don't try to know. Don't try to verbalize or don't try to do anything. You just silent. Aware means silent. The moment you are without thought, you are already aware. You don't have to practice to be aware. You don't have to try to be aware. Where the trying is by the thought. Relax, then let the thought slow down or settle down and maintain awareness. When you maintain awareness, you don't label. That sensation becomes just a sensation. No positive, no negative, means no mental hindrance. Then what happens? Your sati will take over. In your spiritual faculty already developed, very fast your sati take over. But if you have not developed this, you have to wait for a while for it to settle down, the thinking, the sankara. Then it will become very quiet and very still. Then in that silence, that is what meditation is all about. Just aware, the understanding will come. Then how to develop the understanding, because he is still new. That's why I have to teach him. When you are silent, your silent awareness will detect the tactile sensation. Do you know that sensation is from tactile consciousness? That's why you know it's from your ear and your nose. Then when you completely silence your mind, you can see how that tactile sensation trigger off the conditioning to make you label it as itchy. Then it conditions you to have the intention or the eagerness to scratch. It's not the intention. Straight away you want to scratch already. Understand? See this. Then you tell yourself, the thought is not me. It has got no power over me. How come I allow thought to take charge of my life, to condition me to do so many things? That is not right. So you develop the understanding to take over. Then from your inner awareness, because you are the host, you decide, what happened if I don't want to scratch? I can find out, is that? But when you do this, you don't go and verbalize, understand or not? You just maintain the awareness inside there and stay there. But of course, when you are new, you cannot do it for long, because the itchiness is so strong, it will overpower you, and you will go and do something. It's okay, do it mindfully, understand? Then later on, try not to do anything. That's why I used to teach NB last time also. Assume you are dead. When you are in a form of meditation, assume you are dead. A dead man cannot scratch his hair, cannot do anything. How itchy also you cannot do anything where your body is dead. You go through that phase. Then your awareness will understand. All this so-called itchiness or what is a conditioning, a mental conditioning. When you just relax and aware, it ceases to be. Even pain ceases to be. Because when you are relaxed, the chi flow, you are calm, you are peaceful, sati take over. That's why that shift of consciousness can come. Then the so-called sensation become quiet, peaceful, tranquil, and still. That's how you learn. Then you realize sensation or the so-called feeling is not you. It's dependent originating, condition arising, causal phenomena. This you only contemplate when you come out of it. Because these are conditioned states that arise, then through your awareness you witness it ceasing. That's why you come to understand, they come and they go. They are not intrinsic within your nature. This is what meditation is all about. But how many of them understand to go into the silence, the stillness, the awareness, to develop the understanding through awareness? The awareness is not a thought. That's why the real meditation is just silent, aware. So that the awareness can understand what is really happening. See things as they are. Then understand clearly, who are you, what is going on? What is moving your mundane mind, causing the mundane mind to project and do all those things? How does the word come about? Itchiness. How does it condition the form and mind to do things? How does you stir your mind and become emotional, unhappy? This is what meditation is all about. Sati will allow you to see all these things. Then you start to understand. Your form and mind function according to nature's law, following the law of dependent origination, paticca samuppada. Means the dwelling. Then you can check whether the Buddha is correct or not, dependent on ignorance, avijja. it conditions sankhara activity. That is the first link. So what is avijja? You can say ignorant, but you cannot define it further. It's just a word. It defeats the purpose. Ignorant of what? Ignorant of truth, the reality of what is happening. Because you don't understand, you have this ignorance. That's why you create sankhara thinking. Believing that through sankhara activity thinking you can understand. It's just like in school. Wanting to know. Wanting to experience. When you don't understand, the teacher say, go back and think about it. So you thought through thinking you can develop understanding. Through thinking you develop knowledge. Through thinking you cannot develop wisdom, the understanding of the reality. So when you are silent without the thought, that is different. That is meditation. That's the reason why the last 2 Thursdays, remember, we have 2 minds. Meditation starts with that basic understanding of mind. We have 2 minds. One is the mundane mind, condition arising mind, thinking mind. That one, you use it for living. To live life, you need that mind. You need to arise that, use that. But to meditate, you cannot use that mind. Because that mind itself limits you. That is the thought. You are trying to develop the meditation to realize the enlightenment which is beyond thought, beyond mind. That's why you cannot use the thinking mind, the mundane mind, which is the thought. So you have to realize the true mind to meditate. But that is your true nature, which is beyond thought, beyond mind. The silent within. And hardly anybody know that or understand that. In Thailand, they say stay with the knower. That one is not a knower. That is an awareness. It's not somebody that can know things. The knower is the thought already. We have to know something. You have to arise the mundane mind. The perception come out already. So that one is the true nature within, your true mind. Your silent inner awareness. That is your true nature. And it's not a thought. It's not a being. It is just that nature within. That's why you have to realize that to meditate. And that is the one that can understand. That can witness all this arising and passing away. That's how the Buddha come to understand all this teaching. Then you will see the link. Avijja paccaya sankhara. And when sankhara arise, how it conditions mental consciousness. Then how you input the content of consciousness and become the namarupang, which is the thought. And how the thought create duality, mental hindrance and all those things. And how when you are aware, you can be aware of the mind state, sankhara. When you are restless, aware. That's why the first category of Dhamma that the Buddha taught under the 4 foundations of mindfulness, the 4th foundation is mindfulness of the 5 mental hindrances. You have to be aware. Whenever there is sensual desire, you will aware. When you aware means what? You already understand that feeling has been stirred and conditioned into mental hindrance, like and dislike, pleasant and unpleasant sense experience, which is basically sensual desire and ill will. And with the mental hindrance, how can you meditate? That's why you don't label as pain, itchiness, numbness or what. Just assume you don't know anything. I want to find out. Then follow instruction. But you say relax. Did I relax? After relax, what happened? When you are relaxed, you are more calm. You are less restless. Then after that, maintain awareness. I mean, don't think. Don't think. The sankhara activity will not arise. Then the awareness will take over. That's how your sati take over. And you will become quiet, peaceful and still. Initially, your spiritual faculty are not stable yet. Then you have to train. Otherwise, this one will not come in and help you. So when your spiritual faculty are still not stable yet, you have to do a lot of training, skillful means, to develop the ability of the mind to calm down. And the fastest way is, if you can, you don't even have to use the mind sweeping method or combine with what they call metta. That one is for people who really need instruction because they got nothing to do, their mind cannot settle down. But when you have this understanding that without thought you are already aware, it's like swimming, understand? You don't need the float. Why do you need the float? To help to maintain you to float. Your body is lighter than water, is buoyancy. Why must you learn how to float? Your true mind is already in sati, aware. Why must you learn how to be mindful or aware? So when you understand this, what must you do? Relax, aware. Then without the spiritual faculty also, as long as you don't label it to become mental hindrance, whatever sankhara activity through your heedlessness in daily life, they will start to slow down, and finally become very quiet and still. That is what meditation is all about. So the Buddha has given the water analogy. You remember he asked Ananda to go and collect water. The first 2 times, because bullock cart passed by the pool of water, it was murky, not conducive. So Ananda came back and told the Buddha the water was not fit for drinking because the bullock cart stirred the sediment, make it murky. But the 3rd time at night, when he went again on the Buddha's instruction, he realized the water has become clear because there was no more bullock cart stirring it. It settled down, everything, sediment settled down. Then he can collect the water. Then he came back and offered it to the Buddha. The Buddha asked him, what have you learned, Ananda? Then the Buddha gave him the same instruction. Without doing anything, as long as you don't stir your sankhara, like the pool of water, it will settle down and become very quiet, very still, clear. There is clarity. The moment you stir and do something, the defilement, the evil roots, all this not rooted out yet, it will arise. That's why you cannot develop the meditation. So understanding is very important. That's why all meditation must be done with understanding. I better write that down. Meditation must be done with understanding. When you don't understand, you cannot do. It's very difficult to do. And most of the time, you are wasting your time. So if you can do this, then you save a lot of time. You save a lot of what they call unnecessary training or practice. Yeah. If you don't have the understanding, chances is you cannot meditate. You cannot develop the real meditation. How can you meditate when you don't understand what is meditation? True or not? You cannot do something that you don't understand. You have to develop the understanding. Whatever you do is the same. Like you want to play sports, you want to be good at it, you have to develop the understanding, then start training. Cooking also same. Badminton, table tennis, swimming or whatever. You need understanding. When you understand, you progress very fast. Even play chess, same. When you don't have the understanding, you can't. Then you need to train. You need to learn from people who are skillful, who are very good and very adept at it. Then you learn very fast. You cut short a lot of unnecessary mistakes. That's why they call them coach or guide. In meditation, they call them achan or guru. But we are Dhamma friends, also we can learn. So no need really to have the authority over you. Sharing is the best. We share our understanding. We are not concerned about right and wrong. We are more concerned about developing the true sharing so that both benefit, so that all can benefit. So I told Adam, because of this, next Thursday class, he should ask the same question, then we go through, then people learn. That's sweet. And just when I came also, he remembered. He said, but Adam supposed to ask the question. yeah. Yes. Last Thursday after the class, he came and asked me first. Then later on, everybody almost left. Dr. Jayanta came. And then I know Dr. Jayanta very new. He also need to learn this. So I explained to him, but he cannot understand. He asked me 2 more questions. His one is about pain. I said, same. Itchiness, pain, whatever is the same. He said, no lah, but your pain cannot one. I say, you try. Because he still don't believe pain can be done. I say, who labor yes pain? Your sankara, your mundane mind. You create mental hindrance without knowing. And this is supposed to be the 4th foundation of mindfulness, the first category of training. And people never train this on. How many of you really did this before that? Hardly anybody. It's in the Satipatthana. And what is sensual desire? You will. Oh, sorry, it's the other side. Sensual desire, you will also. They didn't seems to know. They only know the words, maybe the interpretation, the meaning of the word. But it means pleasant and unpleasant sensation. Understand or not? Your like and your dislike means the duality. You have created duality. And this is part of the evil root of greed and hatred. It is from there. It originates from the 2 evil roots of greed and hatred. That's why it has the duality of like and dislike, pleasant and unpleasant. And under Satipatthana Sutta, Vedananupassana, mindfulness of feeling, what did the Buddha say? When feeling has become pleasant or unpleasant or neutral feeling, you must aware. Aware means what? It's no longer pure feeling. It has moved, it has stirred and become hindrance. And you somehow happily, gullibly follow instruction, labor, pain. What are you doing? Creating more verbalization, creating more mental hindrance. And that is not meditation. But people become gullible. And they say, I don't know. That is not vipassana. I know that it becomes vipassana. If you do that, means you didn't inquire. You didn't understand what the teaching is. The whole of the 4 foundation of mindfulness is about sati. That's why it's the Satipatthana Sutta. 4 foundation of mindfulness, not 4 foundation of thinking. Understand? You're supposed to be aware. That's why awareness is the instrument to meditate. When you are not aware, means you are not sensitive. You cannot understand. You cannot see. You are as good as a blind man or a woman, completely blind to Dhamma. You cannot see at all. If you cannot see, how can you feel? How can you recognize? You can't even see them. That's why you are not sensitive enough. And you don't know what constitutes evil. You don't even know all this mental hindrance mind state. When you understand them clearly, that's why still understanding, then you can be aware of them. Otherwise they arise until your mind completely overwhelmed, chaotically, you still don't know. Suffering down there, still don't know. And you still think you do vipassana, noting here and there, and doing all those, I don't know, that is different. Other people do their way. But when you develop the understanding, you better inquire and find out so that you are not gullible. So to really go into that silence is not easy, I tell you. Yeah, there is a free mind. Without thought, you are completely relaxed, aware, still, no movement at all. That is what meditation is all about. Not focusing here and there, concentrating here and there. Anapanasati is just an initial skillful means to train your mind to be aware. That's it. Then after that, you have to develop the anapanasati until there is no more breathing, like hardly any breathing. Like everything become very quiet, very still. That's why the enlightenment factor, you look at it, is very clear. From sati, you use it to investigate Dhamma. Dhamma vichaya. Then you develop the faith. And when the faith is there, your virya will be there. That's why the third enlightenment factor is virya. Then when you have virya, it will stabilize your sati. It will stabilize your saddha. That's how you experience piti, the fourth enlightenment factor. Then when you experience piti, you're supposed to relax into it and maintain awareness. Then piti will transform. Sometimes it will go into sukhang. But that one is not an enlightenment factor, because that one is very blissful. It will create attachment. That's why in the enlightenment factor, sukhang is not there. But piti is there. Because piti is the initial experience of the spiritual peacefulness, spiritual calmness. Sometimes they call it a rapture, because you feel so good. It's like your mind rapture into that peaceful state, the meditative joy, spiritual joy. Then after that, you continue to relax and silent. The mind becomes very quiet. Then it realizes the silent mind, which is passaddhi. But the passaddhi is not stable enough. But it is a meditative state. It's the beginning of true meditation. So you need to stabilize the passaddhi until the mind enters sati. Then when the mind enters sati, it becomes very stable. That's what samadhi is all about. So when mind enters sati, it is not the apana samadhi. It is at the upachara samadhi. Stable enough not to stir means this mind is equanimous, unwavering, collected. So the mind that is collected and unwavering, when you are in the midst of living your daily life, that is the samadhi, upachara samadhi, not the apana absorption one, where you cannot live life one. No use. This is the one you can still see, can still hear, can still smell. But at the moment of sense experience, because it's collected and unwavering, it will not stir. You can see things as they are. That's how you develop wisdom and understanding. But you see truth, you see reality. Why is it that your mind has to be collected and unwavering? How did your mind stir? How did your mind stir? When it's not collected and it waver. Understand now? Through what? Through your conditioning, your views, your opinion. That's why you stir your mind there. You cannot accept that reality. You don't have right view. Like the Buddha said, things is just the way it is. Condition like that, things will be like that. But I extended it to make it easier for you to understand. I say, living beings are just the way they are. Deluded people do deluded things. Angry people, selfish people do angry things and selfish things. Then the world is the world. Condition like that, things will be like that. So easy for you to understand. Yeah. Whereas the Buddha one is one stanza, cover everything. Whatever that arise, there are causes and conditions behind. Means whatever that arise include human being law, living being law, or whatever that happen in nature law. Yeah. But what we are concerned is mainly we have to confront fellow living being, understand, not human being. people are just the way they are. That one is most difficult to overcome, because you realize people who are not easy to be with can make you angry, especially your own loved ones, your children, your spouse, and sometimes your unfriendly neighbor, your in-law. So all these are very difficult for you to maintain your peace, your calm, and your love, or whatever Dhamma. They say that one very fast you stir, because human beings, they don't have that right understanding. The egoic mind is still very strong. So that part now clear, so the rest of you also can develop the understanding. So you know how to meditate now. You must really go into the silence.